Welcome back. Now we'll start working on developing the blog apps inside the Django blog project. To do that, the very first thing that we need to do is we need to create an app inside the project. The command is very simple. You need to give Python manage.py start app and the app name. So app name is going to be the blog. To give this, so nothing has happened, but under the hood lot of thing has happened actually. So to see what basically has happened, it creates a blog folder inside the project folder. So if you give tree command now, so you will see the blog folder which has been newly created after giving this command start app blog. And inside blog folder you have admin.py, apps.py, init.py, one folder we do have called migrations, and inside migrations one init.py we do have, and then models.py and tests.py and views.py, right? And if you can see inside the IDE also, so we have the same folder here also, right? So whenever you create an app, the very first thing that we should do is we should open the settings folder and go inside the settings.py and open settings.py. Inside the installed apps, just give a comment called custom apps and add your custom app, which is the blog in our case, right? And save this one. And after saving this, now what we need to do is open models.py inside blog app folder. So currently you can't you don't see anything actually here apart from the two line of code. So basically these two lines of code is there when we have created the blog app. So now the real object oriented programming language comes into the picture, because Python is an object oriented programming language. The idea is instead of writing a simple sequence of programming instruction, we need to model the thing, right? So when we say we need to model the thing, we need to understand it very simple thing, like when we write a blog, what are the things that we need to write? The very first thing that we need to write is the title of the blog, then content of the blog, and who is the author of the blog, and when that blog has been created, and when the blog has been published, right? So this is the basic information that we need. So similarly, if you would like to develop some other apps, so you need to understand it very clearly that what are the internal components you do have for that application. So to do that, what we need to do is we need to write our models with the relative characteristics inside that model. So open your models.py and start modeling the thing. To do that, we need to add a class called class post models dot model, and the very first thing, who is going to create the blog app? So the author is going to create the blog app. So who will be the author? Let's say instead of writing and creating a separate set of author for writing a blog, why not we can call the existing user of the Django. So Django has already the existing user, and if you remember correctly, when we had created the project, the first thing that we did is we have created a super user. So instead of just one calling the super user also, why not we can call the all users inside the Django. So we need to call the Django users models foreign key auth dot user, and the second thing we need is the title, and title is going to be the character field, character field, and the max length of the title is, let's say, 300 character. And then text, I mean the content of the blog, which is going to be the, let's say, text field, and we need now to define the maximum, and then created date models dot date time field, and let's say the default is the time zone which you have already configured in your Django project. So the default is time zone dot now, right, and time zone dot now, and then published date is going to be models dot date time field, and let's say blank equals to true and null equals to true, right? So let's say if there is no published date, so it should even take the blank also. So this is going to be the class post, right, where we have defined the other title, text, created date and published date, right? And then let's say we are going to define one function called def publish self dot published date equals to time zone now dot now, and it should save the blog also, right? And then let's say in our admin panel call some values of the blog. So since we are using Python 2.7, so we should use Unicode, and self return self dot title, right? So we have created our models with the post, and we have given the other name and title, text, created date and published date. And after doing so, what we need to do is we need to add these into our database. To do that, open your terminal and you give python manage.py make migrations. So if you do give this command, what it does is it check inside the models.py any changes inside the whole project, and it do the required stuff. So if you give python manage.py make migration, it checks inside whole project. If you give inside, let's say, make migration blog, it checks only inside the blog project, sorry, blog app. So we are, it says time zone, some error has happened, we have made. So models.py line number 10, open created date time field, and so default time zone dot now. Oh great, we have used the time zone, but we haven't added imported the time zone. So let's say from Django utils import time zone, right? And then just give the same command, right? So we have did the make migration, and after that followed with the migrate command. So python manage.py migrate, right? So now it is it's we have entered all the new app, I mean post and other title, text, created date and published date inside our database. Now let's run our server, python manage.py run server, and check whether it's there or not. So so let's open another browser, and you give right and open your admin panel. Sorry, I think last time we have given hello Django as a admin name, and Nescode was the username, and give your password, right? So we don't see anything over here, right? So now what we need to do is let's say we have created our models, we have added into our database, but we don't see inside our Django admin panel. So to see make the newly created blog applications available inside the Django admin panel, we need to open the admin.py inside the blog application. So open admin.py and just register it. So to register it, the blog application, first you need to import the blog, right? So what we need to do is from .models import post, and then admin.site register post, and here instead of .models, even you can give blog.models also, but since this admin.py is inside this blog folder itself, so there is no sense of giving the blog.models. So let's say if you are importing some class from the different apps into different app, so I mean one app to the another app, then you can give the relative path like blog.models or some other names .models. So since this admin.py is inside the same application, so we just need to give from .models import post, and you need to just register this class. Now if you open your admin panel and refresh it, so you can see one post, one blog, the newly created apps we do have. And if you can click on this post and click on add post, so we can see the author, title, text, and all these three and all these five, I mean author, title, text, created date and published date, we have defined in our models.py, right? So this is what we have defined, and that is the reason it's coming here. Even you can now start creating the blog also. So let's say Nescode is the author name, so we are giving hello Django and give some dummy text, and let's say this dummy text we are going to give and right, and let's say today, now, publish date today, now, and we are going to save it. So one post we have created, and then you may create another post also. Let's say hello Sunil, and copy this, paste the same content, and define your created date and published date, and save it. Right, so now if you can see inside the blog, so basically you have the fully functional blog application inside your admin panel, and you can even write a post also inside an admin panel. But even if you browse through your page, so still it's there, the same which we have created earlier. There is no changes inside that. So in coming series, coming session, we are going to make this blog available in front, and we are going to deploy it. So to do that, we need to create the template, and we need to do the various other things which we are going to see into the coming session. Thank you so much for watching this screencast. See you in the next one.